When I first started, I said, what am I getting myself into? And I watched the kids' excitement when I signed up, how happy they were. And then, but to do it initially, it was very scary. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and it felt uncomfortable initially. But as the more you grow, the more you work out, and you learn the different defense moves and techniques. You become more comfortable with yourself, your abilities, as a person.
I remember when I first started, how could you ever expect to kick or punch or do anything coordinated? But that's the whole point, you can't. So that's why you should start, because you're going to learn how to do all of that.
Well, I know sometimes I've felt intimidated being in an all class, early on, watching them do these incredible moves and doing kicks, and when we would go down the line, everybody's supposed to be doing a kick, and it's like, oh my, I can't do that. Within a couple of weeks, though, my attitude changed to, oh my, I can't do that yet.
But they work with every single student in developing their own personal best. So the most patient people I've ever ran into have been the instructors at least Champion Taekwondo.
And there was no sense, I didn't feel like I had to be Bruce Lee right away. It was, okay, here's this stance, here's how this kick works. We'll call this 1, we'll call this 2, we'll call this 3. And they spoke a language I understood right away. I can still count to 4, so it was very welcoming.
What I've discovered is Master Lee doesn't expect you to be as graceful or as proficient as he is. He just expects you to do your own personal best. And I can do that, and that's, I think, what's been great about Taekwondo, is it's just about doing your own personal best. And you don't feel like you're in competition with everyone else.
You just have to remember everyone started at the bottom, at the beginning. And the nice thing about that particular group is they're so supportive.
And every time we learn a new skill or a new kick or a different move and things like that, there's such a great sense of achievement that goes along with it that, wow, I couldn't believe I did that. Or I did that and I did it very smoothly and it worked perfect and I felt really good doing it. And I know I can do it again today, tomorrow, next week and everything. It's just, everything adds on and builds on to what you've already learned. And eventually we will be able to do those fantastic moves that we see the other folks do and things.
I think for our family, being together in Taekwondo has really made a tight bond between my granddaughter and I. And as a benefit or a plus for her, we have noticed that her grades in school have improved. She's better able to focus on homework. She gets it done very quickly and does a much better job. Her grades have improved drastically over the last 2 years.
My son's sense of who he is and how he fits into the world is much healthier, is the best way I can describe it.
Our oldest, Thomas, has learning issues, and at that point in time when we met Master Lee, he was in a very heavy downward spiral with his attitude and his learning issues and just his whole self-concept. Wouldn't look at people, wouldn't talk to people, and little did we know how much it would benefit him. It's gotten us through 2 children now of middle school and into high school, and it's wonderful.
My whole family's become involved in it, and then we've grown so close together, and I've learned to appreciate now. I think maybe just coming of age, but I think Taekwondo's definitely gave me a 180, and I appreciate everything my parents do for me.
Most teenagers aren't close to their parents, and it's something for us to share, and it's wonderful.
Through Taekwondo, our daughter has increased in her self-respect, her confidence, her ability to make quick decisions. She just seems like a much more confident young adult.
My dad, he's so proud of me. He's always like, you did such a good job today, and it just makes me feel really good.